Good morning and a happy Saturday. Once again, gorgeous as we welcome you to our main weather hit from the rooftop of WWL. Right now, absolutely beautiful blue skies, and we only have a few clouds out there. It was a gorgeous sunrise as well. So temperatures continue to rise into the 70s and 80s. It feels a little bit closer to 90 at the lakefront, where of course we've got a big day today shaping up for all the powerboat races. But otherwise, pretty comfortable, all things considered. Of course, a lot of humidity, and you feel that immediately as soon as you step outside. But we'll continue with more than likely some lower temperatures into the afternoon on both sides of the lake because of those rain chances. So we'll be below the heat advisory criteria today, certainly a little bit cooler than last weekend as we welcome summer officially. Right now we're feeling close to 90 at the lakefront and in New Orleans proper. Kenner a little bit cooler though, off towards MSY, only feeling like the low 80s there. And then the 70s in Belle Chase and on the North Shore, most coastal locations a little bit closer to the low 80s as well. So right now, not a whole lot of rain in the area. We do have a couple storms offshore, but that's about it. A few a little bit closer to the coastline in Mississippi, not far off of I-10, but we're still pretty much quiet. Now, as we get into the afternoon time frame, I do think a lot of spots will start to see more coverage. And right now the rain chances are close to 50%, so that means half the viewing area will get some relief, but you could have a lot of rain in a short amount of time, some thunder and some lightning. Temperatures, of course, below the 90-degree mark as a result, so we'll go with somewhere between about 85 and 90 itself, and then more than likely all this rain will come to an end before the sun sets as we approach this evening. So here are your headlines, a seasonal forecast, very summer-like overall. Again, it's hot and there's the chance it might rain, but no heat advisory is issued, so we're going to be below that 105-degree feels like temperature criteria. Rain in the afternoon likely again tomorrow, and thankfully right now no concern for any local impacts from the tropics, though we are starting to watch a few more areas fire up. So here's the futurecast. You can see the cloud cover is mostly south. We'll have breaks on and off clouds, of course, and then those storms popping up as we head toward peak daytime heating, which is usually between about 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The heaviest downpours likely setting up on the South Shore first and then making their way a little bit further north. So we definitely could see some widespread coverage on the Mississippi Gulf Coast as well. Then everything will start to die down as we come towards sunset, and we'll once again have a similar forecast for your Sunday. I do think rain chances will be a little bit less widespread tomorrow, but probably in the 40 percentile range. So you could definitely have some coastal storms a little bit earlier in the morning, and then those will likely make their way into the city as we approach the afternoon time frame. North Shore a little bit later. Something to keep in mind. The reason for this is we do have a low pressure system that is influencing our forecast, and it's going to sink a little bit further south as we get into the middle of the week. So we'll still be under that influence. It could also potentially become a little more tropically inclined in the extended outlook. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But as we approach the 4th of July holiday, this high pressure system starts to take over. And for that reason, we're going to remain a lot more dry and hot. So something to keep in mind. I think, of course, that's good news for the fireworks and Uncle Sam Jam, but it is going to mean we're going to have those heat index values up into the triple digits without a doubt. So we'll heighten the rain chances for Tuesday, Wednesday to about 60% as that low pressure system really makes its presence known. And then the overall forecast for potential rainfall as we get into the next 7 days is going to be more significant on the Gulf Coast. So something to keep in mind. I think in New Orleans proper, we're going to be primarily dry comparatively, but you'll notice a little bit more opportunity for some significant rainfall amounts on the Gulf Coast and closer to the beaches if you're headed that direction for the extended holiday weekend. Here's our quick look at the tropics. Right now we do have a medium chance for formation of this area of thunderstorms that's not too developed just yet off towards Belize and the Bay of Campeche. So we'll be watching that over the next 2 days. I think it will probably run out of time to become anything significant, but you'll notice that center of circulation is going to continue to travel west. It could become a depression today, and the hurricane hunters may fly into it this afternoon for a little bit more of an assessment. So here's your overall 7-day forecast. Again, hot and a lot of rain chances, but we'll get a little brief relief when we do have storms around.